Yes.
Kung Fu Panda 4. We said we were gonna do like a whole, deep dive into Kung Fu Panda, like the whole 4 movies, and like the Chinese philosophy and beliefs behind it and stuff like that. But this, I think what happened is this movie just disheartened us, didn't it?
This movie ruined Kung Fu Panda for us.
Yeah. So I was like, just serviceable, in line with the previous films, and I'll be like really happy, But this just ruined it. This movie completely ruined it. Oh my god.
If you like the first three, then you'll be offended by this movie.
Yeah, yeah. And if you aren't, then there's something wrong with you. Like, you're not a true Kung Fu Panda fan, Right. Well, you give a brief summary of what it's about, and then we'll go into some of the reasons why it's so bad.
So basically, Poe, for whatever reason, can't be the Dragon Warrior anymore. He's got to ascend to like a sage character, even though he clearly isn't that sort of character. And now he has to find a new Dragon Warrior. And obviously it's the person that just starts the movie with him, even though like, oh, I can't be this character. And he steals stuff and they're a bad person or whatever. And obviously it's going to be that character.
Yeah. So I said, didn't I? Well, there's loads of reviews back whenever we were watching Kung Fu Panda at the time. Well, before we watched Kung Fu Panda 4. And I said they can't just introduce a character and have them become the Dragon Warrior. Because that is just so bad. You're not invested in them, you just don't care about them. You need someone, and you either need to pick someone from the previous movies, or just don't do that at all and just go in a completely different direction.
Yeah, the film needs to be specifically about that character. Like Kung Fu Panda, the first one's about him. So you get that development, so when he becomes a Dragon Warrior, it's earned and it's deserved.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, I've had how long now? A couple of months, is it, to think about this? The more I think about it, it's just making me rage. Like, how terrible a writer you have to be to not understand Kung Fu Panda. it's like the most simple story. Oh man, and they somehow messed it up. Make it not about Kung Fu Panda. Make it about a female rabbit. Is it?
I don't even know, is it a fox?
Yeah, fox. Yeah. I just don't remember the character.
And obviously, it goes without saying that the fox is voiced by Aquafina.
Yeah.
Which is the worst, most grating, disgusting voice you could ever pick for a voice actress.
Yeah, and what I want, you definitely got to put that Disney song, Scuttlebutt. You got to put that over this.
Remember the swamp? Remember my song in the swamp when I was like, wham, chicka, wham, wham, chicka, wham.
Just to let them listen to it.
Just listen to 1 second of that and see the meme when it came out that someone's father was in a coma for 50 years and they put that song on and he got up to turn it off.
Yeah.
That man.
Yeah, honestly, the least talented person in Hollywood. Oh my.
Just getting loads of roles as well.
Yeah. Was she in the good Chinese family? What's that called again?
Farewell, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but there's another one as well. The good one.
Asian Crazy Rich.
Yeah, that's it. She's in that, but she didn't have a big role, did she? So, and that's when she was just first coming about, really. So I wasn't that annoyed by her. But she just doesn't fit into any movie for me. Playing that weird, she's ugly as well. Playing that ugly friend. She's not even good to look at or something. There's nothing redeeming about her.
The voice of a 50 cigarette a day smoking old person.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, it's like some 59-year-old woman, and she's smoking in her early 20s, and then she stopped for 20 years, and then she started again. That's what she sounds like.
Mm.
And then she started voice acting on the animated movies for some reason.
Anyway, we were talking about the plot, and they're trying to find the next Dragon Warrior. But there's also the villain, which is some shape-shifting like lizard thing that just steals all the other villains' powers from the previous films and other legendary characters that you heard about in the mythos.
Yeah. That annoyed me as well.
Yeah, I can't think of an original villain.
No, like, what they were trying to do is, like, service the old movies, weren't they?
Right.
But that isn't the way you do that. You're just stealing from their great ideas. The three villains in the first three are really good, weren't they? All really unique. All had clear motivations of why they, like, wanted to destroy Poe.
And the problem with this one as well, they stole the first villain, Tai Lung, and he had his voice and he had a bit of a story in this film. But the other villains, like, they clearly couldn't get the voice actors back, so they just didn't say anything. So what was the point in doing that whole plot of stealing old villains when you can't even get the voice actors back?
Yeah, right.
It's just so stupid on it.
Yeah, so, like, the whole thing of not getting the voice actors as well. Like, they didn't get the 5, like, original, from the 3 original movies, did they?
Furious 5, they called.
Yeah, that's it. So who are they missing?
Like Angelina Jolie as Tigers. And Jackie Chan as a monkey.
Yeah, right.
Did they get any of the others back?
Don't know.
Did any of them appear? Can't remember.
Don't know if it was actually Seth Rogen or not, but they used his voice. At least it seemed like. Right at the end.
Appeared briefly, the mantis.
Yeah. But, it was just like at the beginning. One that they just said, they're out on business. They can't be here right now.
Yeah, and then they got some villain that's threatening the whole valley. The biggest threat they've had since, like, the other 3 villains. And they can't come back and fight.
Yeah.
And it's up to a stupid fox and Poe.
Yeah. So, what would you have done? What can you think of an idea of what you would have done with the 4th?
I like the design of the fox. Like, it's a pretty interesting character. Like, visually. It's just like the whole story was really bad.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it was a chameleon because it could change powers. Steal people's powers like chameleons can change. I suppose that's like, it could have done that a good way.
Yeah.
But like, the main guy, Tai Lung, she challenged him first to get his powers. And he's like the most powerful guy Poe's ever faced.
Yeah.
Like, a legend. And she could just easily beat him and take his powers.
Yeah, even though, like, she wasn't, like, an actual, what do you call it?
Yeah, she didn't know Kung Fu.
Yeah, but, like, neither did Poe, but, she was, like, I don't know, I can't really describe it, like, she wasn't, like Poe was, like, unassuming, wasn't he? Like, he didn't know how good he was. But she didn't come across like that at all. Like, it's like, she just, like, sort of got it straight away. It's just...
A good way to do that was the lesser masters of Kung Fu who, like, they had, like, weird characters, didn't they? Like pigs or... And they're just useless, but apparently they're good at Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Why didn't she challenge them, get their power, and then build their power up so she could take on these, like, legendary ones?
Yeah.
And then she goes and takes the most legendary one out first. And then obviously she's going to beat all the others because they all suck compared to that guy.
Yeah, because you're only fighting one person at a time, aren't you? You're not fighting them all at once. So if you get the best one...
So yeah, get the worst ones first, up your powers so you can take on the best ones.
Yeah.
But no, she just took on the best ones, so why did she need Kung Fu anyway? Because she could take out the best Kung Fu master ever.
Yeah.
So she could have took Poe out easily.
I don't know. It's
Mm.
annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the sort of thing that ruins the film, and you might think, oh, why are you complaining about this inconsequential thing? Like, oh, whatever, they just did it to progress the plot faster or whatever. But it just doesn't make sense in the world, does it?
No.
You want the world to have, like, a good, like, building blocks and why things happen the way they do and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, she just, it's just a sign of bad script writing, and like,
Yeah.
she can just do whatever she wants just because the plot needs it.
Oh, yeah. Why do you think they did it like that?
Don't know. Must have been, because it's been years since the last one, hasn't it?
Yeah,
So
like ages, isn't it?
The writing team and people who are working on it must have changed like crazy.
Yeah, right.
So they just got worse people writing it now.
Yeah, I suppose.
And you also have, like, recently, like, found out about this, I guess. People have a disdain for the original product, and they want to change everything about it.
Yeah.
And then obviously, because the original's good and people like it, and doing the opposite of what people liked, obviously people are going to hate it. Trying to think of other examples of that. It's like the Marvel universe, they got writers in now who just hate Marvel.
Right.
They hate everything about it. Like, they hate that women are represented this way, so then they represent, like, Captain Marvel and as this heroic, like, manly, masculine figure.
Yeah.
Even though, like, it's just stupid. Like, yeah. I don't know if that's the case with this film, but it's very to proud.
Yeah, it sounds about right. If that isn't what they intended, that's certainly what they achieved. It's just ruined the legacy of Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, talk about the whole dad subplot. How bad that was.
Do it?
Like, do you?
I don't know, I think that was your point, was it?
I mean, you know about it. You know about it as well. It's just awful, and they're like shadowing Poe's footsteps, but they're being all gay.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It was just kind of pointless, wasn't it? I don't know. Well, the third movie is the one where he's in, like, the commune with all the pandas, right? And then his dad is just, like, following him. Just following him around. Well, how did it lead on from the third one? Like, what link was there to the third?
Didn't really, did it?
Because the previous three all linked to each other, didn't they? They followed on. It's just like, he's found out all these pandas are like, you know, they've all got unique abilities, fighting abilities, and like, they're real, like, smart, aren't they, all these pandas? They can do all this stuff, and then that just isn't utilised at all.
But the whole, like, dad thing is like, yeah, you can have your actual father, blood-related father, and then you've been adopted and you can have your other father. But then they don't become, like, best buddies, like a gay couple, do they? Like,
Nah.
doing everything together. Like, it's just strange.
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? Yeah, he's just like, yeah, I'm going with Poe, and then the other one's like, yeah, so am I. Let's just go together. You know, what?
Like, clearly the biological dad loved a female panda because he had a son.
Yeah.
And they said that in the last movie, and they showed a picture of
Hmm.
and all that. So, like, why is he being all gay?
He wasn't though.
They're like, both dads.
Nah, it wasn't like that.
Well, yeah, I know it wasn't properly gay, but it was a bit gay.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose.
Mm.
Yeah, and the whole thing, remember like, the Poe's love interest in the third one? You know, she's like dancing with the ribbons and all. That was really funny, wasn't it? I was hoping that would come back in the fourth one. That was just so funny. I was hoping, like, Poe get married or something. That would have made more sense, wouldn't it? Say, like, he goes into this, like, Master Oogway role. And then he, like, you know, he gets married and he settles down, and then his son or something becomes like some sort of martial arts expert. That would have been funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But he's not like the Dragon Warrior or anything, like, because Poe's a Dragon Warrior, and he still is. But his son is like trying to be like him or whatever, you know, sort of thing. Could have done that. I don't know. There's loads of ideas. That would have been better than what they did, is what I'm saying.
I don't get why the Dragon Warrior like passes on his duties when he's still like alive.
Yeah.
Surely he should fall in battle. Or something.
Yeah.
For them to crown a new Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, so who was the Dragon Warrior before Poe?
Do we actually know that?
No, I don't think we do we? Because
Like,
it was
Tai
like...
Lung was trying to be it, but then they're like, oh, he's not worthy.
Yeah, so it was like many decades, wasn't it? And so then Poe's like been doing the job for about 3 years. He's got to pass it on. Well, that's just not fair, is it? Like, he's clearly better than the weird fox, isn't he?
He's clearly the most capable Dragon Warrior out there right now.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he was older, it would make sense. You know, he'd take on that Master Oogway role, but he's in his prime, isn't he? He's in his fighting prime. I don't know.
It's stupid. The real Dragon Warrior should have been the tigers.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was the original screenplay. And then they couldn't get Angelina Jolie, so they had to cut up something. And they just didn't cut.
Maybe. Yeah. They tried to cook it and it come out like burnt.
Yeah, because, you know, if you put the ingredient of Aquafina in it, then you're going to ruin it, aren't you?
Yeah, you gotta be real careful with your temperature. Any slight...
To be a master chef, and they clearly went.
Yeah. Anything with her in it. Oh, man. A recipe for disaster. What about the voice acting? What do you think of that? Apart from Aquafina. Who else was in it?
Don't even know.
No, those are
Viola
big names.
Davis as a chameleon. She's just whatever, isn't it? Fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jack Black is pretty good as the Poe every time.
Yeah, but I feel like he didn't get to ad-lib as much. In the first few, I reckon he was ad-libbing. A load of it. And they just put the animation over it.
Yeah, he's having more fun with like the lines he was given. This one he's just reading them out.
Yeah.
And he wasn't into it.
Yeah, it seemed like that.
Obviously, Master Sheep is good voice actor.
Yeah, he's all good.
And Tai Lung's bit was actually pretty good, but you know, they should have just brought him back as the main villain.
Yeah. Has he already been back once?
No, I don't think.
No, it was just this one, wasn't it? Yeah. He's just a legend, and he's a all good villain.
Yeah, and he accepted Poe as the Dragon Warrior in this film.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I got like many more thoughts on it, but you know, don't wanna keep you all day.
Yeah.
You go on it all day about this, can you?
Yeah.
Here's what it is. I hate franchises that I like. Years later, they get like a sequel or a reboot and they just ruin the whole thing. I just hate that. It's just like, why the hell did you do this? You should have just left it how it was.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're gonna do it like this.
Just don't release it, and like, even if you've made it, just don't release it because you're damaging your old product, aren't you?
Yeah, now if Kung Fu Panda 5 comes out, you're gonna be way more skeptical of like what it's gonna be about and if it's gonna be good. But before this one, it was unimaginable that the fourth one was gonna be bad. Because the first three were really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you've got a bad guy, you can meet them, can't you? Like, first few scenes. But you can't meet the main character, like, when you've already got these 3, you know, hour and a half movies already gone. You know, your new main characters. You can't do that. Like, how
and
they
the
don't
old character's still in it. The old main character's
Yeah,
still in it.
yeah.
And they're still the main character.
Doesn't make sense. There's like, I compare it to the Rocky movies and then Creed. You know, like it's sort of just like Creed. It's all about him. You know, but this one is still about Kung Fu Panda, and like it's a Kung Fu Panda movie. You know,
Yeah, because Creed's called Creed. It's not called Rocky. Whatever.
yeah, that's what you got to do. You can't just come back, bring Rocky back, and then it's called Rocky, and you just bring up some dude. Like you just can't do that because you're playing on the old name. Like it's got to be a standalone thing if you're going to change it that much.
Definitely.
Or it's Kung Fu Panda's son. It's like directly related to him, so it sort of makes sense.
Yeah,
Or
you
it's
have
Rocky's
that
son.
like vested interest in it
Yeah,
because he's his child. What they should have done if you know, there's so long since the last one, they should have just had one of these legendary characters they mentioned, like, gone back to like a prequel and shown how they were the Dragon Warrior.
yeah, they could have done that.
And then they could have started a whole trilogy of that character, then, couldn't
Yeah, that'd be cool. Wouldn't it? You could even do like Master Oogway, couldn't you?
they?
Imagine how cool that would be.
Just anything. They could have had some like badass tiger character. Like, because tigers didn't get it, and they could have had some male tiger get it, like from like 200 years ago, who's like her influence.
Yeah,
She bases like her style on his style or whatever.
yeah.
And he's just some like absolute unit on the battlefield.
Yeah, I don't know. We've come up with like 3 ideas really, and all of them would have worked really well.
Better than this idea.
Yeah, it's not hard, is it?
You could have even had this Fox character, but been like an old master. Or
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, not the new one.
Yeah, just don't call it Kung Fu Panda.
You can call it like whatever the Fox character was called, and then a Kung Fu Panda like sequel or saga or something.
Yeah,
So you know it's part of the same universe.
it's like Fantastic Beasts and all that. Like, you know, you just attach it to it, don't you? The original material, and then you just like sell it based on that.
Or it could have been its own thing entirely.
Yeah.
Because it took nothing from Kung Fu Panda, really, did it? Like,
No.
basically its own thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting though how they did it.
And it'd be a good case study of how not to make a sequel.
Yeah.
You got a class out there, film class, and you should deep dive into these 4 films.
Yeah.
See why this one was so bad.
Yeah, interesting. Well, what sort of star rating are you even saying?
So 0 is completely offensive. You want to kill yourself after watching it.
Yeah, like Monkey Man.
1, that's that.
Civil War, do we give a 1? Oh no, Civil War was a 0 as well. What was a 1?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I forget how bad we go. You know, it's not like on its own this isn't offensive. It's just offensive for Kung Fu Panda. Like,
Yeah, like
franchise.
Poe himself. Poe himself is like devastated that he had to star in this.
So I don't know, is it like a 2, 1.5?
Probably go 1.5.
Hmm.
Just to get it on record that I hate it.
It's probably better than that, but just make sure that disdain for it doesn't get lost to time.
Yeah. What do you think's gonna happen with Moana? There's a new one of them coming out, isn't
A sequel.
Yeah.
Or a live action remake.
there? No, a sequel.
I don't know, I thought it was alright, but this one wasn't insane. Like everyone says Encanto, Soul, Moana and all that are like top tier. And they're all like mid in my opinion.
I don't even remember
And
Moana.
obviously Soul's just a class.
Yeah, we discussed that.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It obviously could be good, but knowing Disney, modern Disney, it's probably gonna suck. I really hope they never return to Tangled, because that's my favourite animated film ever, and I just don't want them to ruin that.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want to the rest, I don't care, but just leave Tangled alone. But I know they're not leaving it alone because they're making a live action remake of that, and well, I think there's rumours about it. And That's going to be painful when that one comes out.
Yeah.
Definitely won't be watching that.
Just one thing I wanted to mention. Did it have any of that, like, like effortlessness in the fourth one? Like, Poe just, by doing nothing, it works out perfectly. Didn't have any of that sort of stuff, did it? Oh, like, that was an art.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I just don't understand how they didn't understand the first three.
Because even when he was in that cage, he didn't, he broke out of it and all that. And when he was infiltrating the base and all that, he just fought them all.
Yeah.
Because they didn't, make many jokes for kids either, did they? That I can remember. Usually he's funny and he does stupid stuff and you're like, a kid would find that funny. But not in this one.
It's like I read here from my book on
Just take a passage.
Yeah, I just take a couple of passages from my book on Taoism here. Too much force will backfire. Constant interventions and instigations will not make a good outcome. And that's what the first three really highlighted, wasn't it?
Definitely. Whoever wrote the script for these didn't take any of these teachings into the script.
No. And that is why I enjoyed them so much. Because, I love, Chinese. I wouldn't like to live in China. It's like an oppressive regime. But I really like, the whole philosophy and cultural background. I just find it really interesting. Yeah, no, so obviously contrasted it with Tai Lung, didn't it? That was the whole thing. With the first one. It was just completely Taoism, Confucianism, just conflicting all that. And that's what made it so good. So, such a deep story, because that is Chinese culture. And how it's developed. Yeah, just the conflict, a bit of Confucianism and Taoism and Kung Fu Panda. You got the whole thing at the beginning, haven't you? Or the first, maybe. When his dad's like, oh, yeah, everyone, I'm going to pass down this tradition of making this noodle shop, to you. And then that was my dad did that, my dad's dad did it. And that's Confucianism. But Taoism is going away from that and just going where the river takes you, basically. So that's what Poe does, doesn't he? So it's sort of going away from that traditional Confucianism element towards this new idea, isn't it?
That happens with the Furious Five as well. They're all rigid and a warrior is like this. This is the way a warrior acts, and then when Poe comes in, he's doing all unconventional stuff, but he's getting results, so they get converted over, don't they?
Yeah, effortlessness in in action. And, it's not don't try. Because obviously he's trying in as well. But it's just, you just sort of gravitate to stuff naturally, don't you, in life? And you find what you're good at, basically. And you shouldn't swim against it. I read somewhere, if you swim against the river and it's taking you down, you're still moving down the river, even if you're doing it slow. You're swimming up to you. You think you're swimming against the current, don't you? But the current's still taking you, That's what, if you try and go against stuff where life's taking you, you're just making life harder for yourself than just oh, this is what I think I should be doing. It's when I left university. That's just how I felt, basically. I couldn't really describe why. Well, obviously it worked out in the end.
Is it someone's told you the river leads to the ocean and you're screwed if you fall in the river? And then there's other paths on the river that you could go down.
Yeah,
you could easily get out and it takes you to a better place.
Yeah, you could think like that as well, yeah. Yeah. Well, like, Confucianism is just, like, rooted in, like, your responsibilities come first to your community, if everyone just stays in their roles, then our society will function exactly as it is currently, which is perfect. It can be improved.
Like, so that would be in the river analogy, like, you're told that it's dangerous to go in the river, so if you go in it, then you should die going in it, because then that proves to the other people that it's bad to go in the river.
Yeah, well, you should just stay where you are. You shouldn't even attempt it.
That sort of thing.
But then there's also things you could say that work for that side of it, which is why Confucianism is like, well, it's compulsory in Chinese education. Like, they've all got to study the teachings of Confucius. And they were obviously in a communist society as well. Like, you want everyone to just stay in their lane, don't you? Because any like push towards capitalism is just screws over everyone else. Because, it's such a balance and the government's got control of. Obviously, you want to honour your family, don't you, as well? Like, you don't want to be stupid and just like insult maybe. You're just doing stuff that's just stupid. Like, that guy's just trying to be a musician until he's like 50. And he's just failing. And his family's like, what are you doing, Why don't you just try something else, Like, I know that's like your calling or whatever, but do something else in the meantime.
Yeah, no, when he makes it, he doesn't even like pursue it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Stupid. Like,
So
that's why I hated that movie. Yeah, and we say like Taoism is the first movie again where Master Shifu, and he's like a Tai Lung. Is there like a prophecy that he's going to escape or something?
Yeah.
And then he fulfills the prophecy by telling that weird bird to go there, doesn't he? And the feather lets Tai Lung unlock himself. You should have just let it be what will be, and then that wouldn't have happened. He's into
causality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it was always going to happen, I suppose. Because that's the way Master Shifu is, and he's like worried about stuff like that.
Even if he had good intentions.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
There's just really good storytelling in the first few films. And
yeah.
You worried about if they make a Shrek 4 or whatever they're going with that series. Because it's the same people, right? Same gimmick.
Yeah, I did think that earlier. But surely they can't mess that up. Like, Shrek is just so clear in his beliefs, and
all he wants is just, his swamp and his girl.
Yeah.
That's all he cares about. Can't mess that up. The thing he wants have been good, and the Puss in Boots ones have been good. And then it's been ages since the last Shrek film, so it's the same boat as Kung Fu Panda, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Reviving like a pretty dead franchise.
We had that Puss in Boots, though, didn't we? Like, so, like, tagging along with that bit. It's a separate thing, innit? But
It'll be interesting. I haven't even had a trailer or anything for that. Yeah.
no.
Do you think that's true, even though Poe never met his dad? Like, no, he did, but didn't know like what he was like or anything. And then they're like really similar when he arrives in like the third film. He goes to the palace and he basically does all the same things that Poe did when he first went.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting though.
I think you're just similar to your parents, even if you never knew.
Yeah, I think because he was raised for like a year or two, and I think you do just learn it as early as that. Yeah, it's just in your nature from that point, basically.
It's interesting to think about.
What do you think of like them conflicting Master Oogway and Master Shifu as well? Because Oogway is like, he's like, oh yeah, just go with the flow, like yin and yang and all that. And Master Shifu is like, no, it's got to be done this way, This is the way it is. I do my stuff, I teach people, and then they get the role of Kung Fu Master or whatever, and then they pass it on. But Master Oogway is just like, nah, that's not how it works, mate. I just feel it, bro. I just feel it in the wind.
I think you need someone to conflict your ideas and the way you are, so I think you don't get things wrong because you can see it from the other side.
Mm.
And then if you truly believe you're right after looking at both sides, then you go for that thing.
Yeah. It sort of works because Master Shifu, like, because he respects authority so much, he just respects Master Oogway's decision, doesn't he? And just pushes on anyway. Yeah. Even though he completely doesn't agree with it. He's like, tigress. He's like, I want her to do it, basically.
He's like saying he's made a mistake and he's just that idiot just fell out of the sky and then he's like, nah, this is what the planet willed.
Yeah.
Why did that happen just as he fell? Just to do his painting, he's going to be the next Dragon Warrior. Why did he fall out of the sky?
Yeah.
Must be for a reason.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And then Master Sheep is just like, nah, it's no reason. Just some idiot trying to get a front row seat.
Yeah.
It says here, don't worry about getting credit for having done something. Poe, loves being the Dragon Warrior, and he loves the credit. He was like, big enough, I'm the Dragon Warrior, and especially in this film, he set up a needle shop, like a Dragon Warrior needle shop.
Yeah.
So there's that and other evidence that he's not a wise leader.
Yeah, I think so. But they're trying to say he's like developing them skills, aren't they? But he's just not that sort of person. I don't even know if he could develop.
He definitely doesn't develop them enough throughout this film to be like Master Oogway's role in it. A wise leader stays in the background and facilitates other people's process. And that's why Master Oogway, right? He has like people doing stuff.
Yeah.
He's not out there leading like a great leader, is he? Back there.
That's it.
Teaching his pupils wisdom. They go out and do his will. Who's your favourite villain out of the 4 Kung Fu Panda villains?
Tai Lung.
Not the bull.
He's alright as well.
I really like the bull guy. Kai the bull.
Yeah. He was pretty good as well, to be fair. He's in the whole panda verse. He's in the panda, like, settlement one, is he?
Yeah. He's the one who comes back from the dead. He's like sent to the thing afterlife and he comes back.
Yeah.
I thought he was the best, and then Tai Lung, and then the bird, and then the new one. By far the worst. Yeah, that's the end of the video. Like and subscribe, and also comment saying what you thought about this film compared to the other 3. And we got this completely wrong, and it sucks. And doesn't hold a light to the other 3. Or did you enjoy it and think it's better than the other?
Yeah.
Let us know. Also, if you did think it was better, then there's no help. There's no helping you.
No, we don't want you on it. Anyway, that'll do.